Today on Running to Him.
The Ten Commandments are not to be used as a relationship-bringing tool, but as a relationship-enhancing tool. Today we will do something unique in our devotion time. Today we'll look at the reason behind the Ten Commandments and where they should land in our relationship with God through Christ. Now, to the non-Jewish world, the Ten Commandments have been viewed as a prescription for how to live as a human and as a guide to whether one would enter heaven based on their actions. People think that the closer the commandments are followed, the closer they are to getting into heaven. This thinking pervades Jewish, Christian, and even secular thought. Many who are confronted with a situation where a relationship with God is discussed will fall back to the statement that they try and keep the Ten Commandments. Now, the problem with that type of statement is that the Ten Commandments assume a relationship already exists. Sarna, who is a Jewish commentator, states that the first 5 commandments are focused on the Jews, and the last 5 are for everyone. If one doesn't already have a relationship with God, the first 5 commandments don't make any sense. There's also this perceived problem of there being 2 lists of 10 commandments, one in Exodus chapter 20 and the other in Deuteronomy chapter 5. The difference between the 2 lists is insignificant in its content. Additionally, the numbering of the commandments differs between Jews, Protestants, Catholics, Eastern Orthodox. The Jewish version starts with God taking the Jews out of Egypt and joining what the Catholic/Protestant version has that said the 2nd and 3rd commandments. Again, it's a matter of numbering, not the content of the commands. I tend to draw towards the Jewish list not only because it came first and is more consistent with the idea that it comes from God who led the Israelites from Egypt, rather than a generic God. Now, while Sarna holds that the first 5 commandments are for Jews, they actually are for anyone with a relationship with God through the Jewish Messiah, Jesus. Those without connection with the God who brought the Jews out of Egypt would find the first 5 commandments completely irrelevant for their lives. Dennis Prager, in his introductory video to the 10 Commandments, addresses the value of the last 5 commandments to be universal in nature and, if followed, would result in a wholly remade world where there would be no need for government because there would be no lawbreakers. He concludes, however, that we don't have such a world. So, how should we view the 10 Commandments? First, we should view them as a guide for those who have a relationship with God through Christ. Because of that relationship, we can use them to enhance our walk with God. Even the idea that God is the God who brought the Israelites out of Egypt is valuable to us. Through that statement, we know which God we are to worship. We are not to worship mankind's gods, but the Creator God. The 10 Commandments are not to be used as a relationship-bringing tool, but as a relationship-enhancing tool.
Thank you for listening. We pray that today's devotion was meaningful to you. We would love to hear from you. You can use either Facebook or YouTube to like, subscribe, share, and tell others about us. If you would like to contact us, you can reach me at phineasjacobus@runningtohim.net.